This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, we'll find out how the Humboldt Chili is going to aid the translation of children's books. Invercargill is hosting almost 1,000 gymnasts for a national competition, and organisers are excited. And the Dunedin-based Paralympians are in line for civic recognition thanks to their Olympic efforts. Good evening, I'm Rebecca Dupree. It's hoped a chili cook-off being held in Dunedin this weekend can raise enough funds to have children's books translated into Pacific languages. The event organiser is busy preparing for the competition, which is open to community cooks of all pedigrees. And a seasoned international judge is getting his taste buds ready for determining a winner.
Good chili for a great cause. Dunedin fundraiser Robin Fitzpatrick and Dunedin-based chili cook Matthew Morgan are teaming up for a cook-off to raise funds for Pacific Trust Otago. Fitzpatrick has run similar events for other community organisations over the past few years, and he says last year's event raised just over $1,000. He's hoping this year's competition can at least double that.
Last year I think we got about $1,000 in that we made. This year we're aiming for maybe a couple of $1,000. Depending on how many people turn up, of course, but it's a really good deal for $10 you can eat. That's people who enter and people who don't make chili. They can come along for $10, they can eat as much chili as they like.
Fitzpatrick says one of the ways funds could be used is helping children with Pacific heritage to connect with their culture through books.
Converting some early childhood books over into Fijian so that some of the young 4-year-olds and so forth who have been born in New Zealand can learn their own language by way of like Margaret Mayhew type books, and maybe have somebody do that as a project for their scholarship.
Chili judge Matthew Morgan is the proprietor of Johnny's Southern Kitchen and has chili cooking expertise that goes back to his Southern American roots. He's philosophical about what makes a great chili dish.
Good chili is in the mouth of the beholder, I guess. If you want authentic chili, or if you want chili con carne, or if you want chili con piño, if you want, whatever kind of chili you want, you're gonna, it's just a matter of taste.
However, he has a tip for those wanting to enter. No ingredients with mould, as he has an allergy to fungi and anything with mould on it, including blue cheese.
Things like that I can eat, but it will give me a really horrible reaction. Mushrooms will put me in the hospital.
The cook-off is taking place at the Carisbrook Hotel in South Dunedin on Sunday. Fitzpatrick says chefs of all ages and abilities are welcome to participate. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
Port Otago has generated $7.3 million for parent organisation, the Otago Regional Council, in the last financial year. The company has just publicly announced its latest annual performance, reporting a group profit of just over $34 million. There's been an increase in export container volumes and higher valuations on investment properties. But the log industry has declined slightly, as have import container volumes and cruise ship numbers. Port Otago is well into its planned $45 million infrastructure upgrade spanning several years. Almost 1,000 gymnasts from all over the country are in Invercargill for the National Championships. The 5-day contest has just kicked off and everyone's excited to see how it plays out.
Almost 1,000 gymnasts, 5 different events and 5 days to show their stuff. Today starts off the week that months of preparation and endless hours of training can finally be showcased at the ITL Stadium in Invercargill, and entrants are glad it's finally happening.
You sort of just train all year, non-stop, and last time I sort of started training 5 days a week. Yeah, just to get ready for this comp and indoors, which is after this.
Gymnasts aren't the only ones who've been thinking about this competition for months. A team of gym enthusiasts volunteering for the event have been hard at work, organising everything from the location to transporting the gear. Even the judging panels are entirely comprised of volunteers. Stuart Albury is one of many donating his time for the championships through judging, coaching and other means.
We started with a truck in Auckland that started loading in Auckland. We went down through Hamilton, Te Puke, Rotorua, and we loaded that truck up and we brought that down. We had a truck coming from Christchurch, picking all the way through. We loaded a 40-foot container in Timaru with all our artistic gear, so quite a logistical exercise to get it here. Then we had to get it all assembled, and you see what it looks like now, and I'm pretty pleased with the way it's looking.
The contest has 5 different codes: rhythmic, tumbling, aerobics, trampoline and artistic gymnastics. Jared Herriot's coaching the Auckland trampoline team and was recently in Rio coaching the New Zealand Olympic team. He says the atmosphere at the ITL Stadium is friendly but competitive.
Last year we won the team shield for the best club, so we're trying to defend that again this year. And then the North Island won the trophy, so we're trying to defend that as well. So that's always a really tough competition between North and South Islands.
For many contestants, the competition is about having fun and making friends. They say they're looking forward to putting all their hard work on display for others to see in the week ahead.
I just want to go out there and just do the best that I can do, and yeah.
Ruby Spink, The South Today.
This year, the New Zealand Paralympian team won the most medals in the world on a per capita basis. The 6 Dunedin-based athletes arrived home at the weekend to a warm community welcome, and now they're receiving civic recognition.
It's official. Gold medals are heavier than silver or bronze, according to gold medalist Anna Grimaldi. She was one of the 6 Dunedin-based Paralympians officially honoured by Mayor Dave Cull in a civic celebration. He told them the city is proud of their achievements.
It was such a shock, still is. I mean, having it around my neck right now is, looking at it, doesn't even really seem like it should be mine. I mean, it was never in the plan. We never ever talked about it. It was only ever joked about, and so to actually have a real gold medal around my neck is just crazy.
At today's reception, Coach Raylene Bates took the opportunity to thank the Mayor for the Council's help with preparing sports grounds, especially for para-athletes to train on. She says it's contributed to the team's success in Rio, including Anna Grimaldi's winning jump.
But the nice thing was I was actually sitting in the middle of the Brazilian public because the coaches' seats weren't very good. They were away from the board. So there was no Brazilian in the last 3 rounds. So they actually adopted Anna and they were yelling and everything as well. So yeah, they were probably as ecstatic as what I was.
Rio was the first Paralympics for Grimaldi, as well as Caitlin Dorr, who achieved 7th place in the javelin. That was despite receiving the call to go to Rio at the last minute.
I was one of the last calls up, so it was pretty exciting to get that call, and just to be over there was just an amazing opportunity.
Silver medalist Holly Robinson was chosen to be the flag bearer for the opening ceremony, which she says was one of her highlights.
Flag bearing was probably one of the most amazing things I've ever done. You know, one thing that you only probably get to do once. It was an amazing, amazing feeling. New
Zealand athletes won more medals on a per head of population basis than any other country at this year's Rio Paralympics, bringing in 21 medals, 9 gold, 5 silver and 7 bronze. Raylene Bates says many of the athletes have already begun training for the World Champs next year. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, why members of a Chinese community have been singled out for recognition, and we'll find out why hundreds of bus operators have gathered in Dunedin.
Put your seatbelts on for this one and rev it up. Thursday night is Motorsport Night, proudly brought to you by multi-award-winning Garrador.
Hi, I'm Doug Hall. I stood for council in the 2013 election and got elected. The achievements I've been part of in the last 3 years have been of a great benefit to Dunedin City. Reducing debt, improving contracts and better liaison with the general public. To further reduce debt and better management of all contracts. Vote Doug Hall, first choice for council.
Hi, my name is Ronald Fong. I believe that together we can build a brighter future for Dunedin. I'm presenting 2 major infrastructure proposals. that won't cost the ratepayer a single cent. The first is a flood protection scheme for South Dunedin based on successfully used displacement tent systems overseas. The second is a major new redevelopment of our Harborside area to create a world-class community space. Vote 104 and let's build a brighter future together. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Bruce Fairhurst. The City Council is a giant decision-making machine, and every year they make thousands of decisions that affect ratepayers, some in a small way, some in a large way. It's really important that those decisions are fair, made in a democratic way, and made with accurate and reliable information. I've lived my entire life in Dunedin, and I love it here. I've been working in the construction industry all of that time. I've seen massive changes in the consent process, making it difficult to build or improve your property. I see opportunities to make this process much more user-friendly. Vote Bruce Fairhurst with a 1. I'm looking forward to joining a talented team on the council this term and making Dunedin the best city it can possibly be.
Hi, I'm Dave Yardley and I'm standing for the Otago Regional Council. Two of Otago's greatest resources are our outstanding natural landscape and our capability for agriculture. Getting the balance right between preservation of that landscape and intensification of farming is a real challenge. To meet that challenge, we need a firm understanding of both our environment and our land-based businesses. I have that understanding to ensure that our landscape and farming can coexist in harmony for generations to come. A vote for Dave Yardley is a vote for reason, balance and integrity.
Hello, my name's Malcolm Dixon. I'm standing for the Dunedin City Council. I've been in retail for 40 years in Dunedin and I would like to see some changes in the city. I'm passionate about growing business opportunities in Dunedin. Transport and parking issues are important to me, and flooding and management of city assets, especially in South Dunedin area, are a major issue. So remember to vote for Malcolm Dixon at Dunedin City Council.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoura Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
If you're eligible to vote in the local body elections, you should have received your voting papers by now. Elections are being held for Mayor, the Dunedin City Council and its community boards, and the Otago Regional Council. Information about candidates and the different types of voting systems is included with your voting papers, or visit dunedin.govt.nz/elections. All voting papers will list candidates randomly so that every voting paper is different. Remember, you have the right to vote. Don't be left out. Vote early.
Welcome back. The contributions of senior members of Dunedin's Chinese community are being recognised. A special lunch has been held for the volunteers at the Dunedin Chinese Garden, where many have been involved in events and ceremonies. It was an opportunity to give back to those who share their culture so freely.
A special lunch at the Dunedin Chinese Garden has been taking place to thank these seniors for the tremendous job they do for the facility throughout the year. They share their culture in a variety of ways. It can be anything from making dumplings to demonstrating calligraphy.
They help out with all the different aspects of the festivals that we do, and they do it with such good grace, and they do such beautiful performances. People really appreciate it.
Part of the authenticity the group brings to the garden is the family element.
What we've done now is we actually incorporate their family festival into what we do, so we give them a room and space to do the family festival, and then they come and join us and do the public festival. So we're trying to combine what they need with what we need, and it works out really well.
The group showcases the best of Chinese culture, revealing how they'd celebrate back at home. Evan says there's a real feeling of what it will be like in China. Some of the seniors were born there and have very little English.
They've integrated into Dunedin culture, but they still retain that great love and feel for their Chinese culture, which they're very happy to share with us.
The sharing of food was a gesture to show how much the work of the seniors group is appreciated by the city. Dee Karen, The South Today.
After the break on The South Today, bus operators discuss the future of the industry and will check out weather for
Silberhorn's Collagen Plus naturally supports your collagen levels, giving you younger, firmer-looking skin, healthier, shinier hair and stronger nails. Be quick, buy one now and get a second pack half price. Call 0800 502 402.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality, stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoura Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
We need your help to rebuild our animal centre urgently. Please give a little today.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274.
Put your seatbelts on for this one and rev it up. Thursday night is Motorsport Night. Proudly brought to you by multi-award-winning Garrador.
Hi, I'm Dave Cole, Mayor of Dunedin, and together we're building a great city, not just for now, but for the future. And I'm committed to creating a positive legacy of sensible investments, sustainable businesses, an emphasis on infrastructure and environment, healthier homes, and your community well-being. A future our kids can be really proud to inherit. If you want the same positive future, please mark 1 for Dave Cole for Mayor and return your voting form. Thanks.
If you're eligible to vote in the local body elections, you should have received your voting papers by now. Elections are being held for Mayor, the Dunedin City Council and its community boards, and the Otago Regional Council. Information about candidates and the different types of voting systems is included with your voting papers, or visit dunedin.govt.nz/elections. All voting papers will list candidates randomly so that every voting paper is different. Remember, you have the right to vote. Don't be left out. Vote early.
Welcome back. The future of the country's bus and coach industry is being discussed in Dunedin this week. More than 200 operators from around the country are in the city for the Bus and Coach Association's annual conference. Safety systems, CCTV cameras for vehicles and the latest industry technology is being explored during the event. There are several top-of-the-line buses on display as well as a variety of trade stalls. The Transport Minister is among key speakers scheduled to address delegates during the weekend. It's an opportunity for operators to discuss the latest issues, products and policies affecting the sector. And now recapping tonight's top stories on The South Today. Organisers of a Dunedin chili cook-off are hoping it'll raise thousands of dollars to help young Pacific people in the community. Almost 1,000 gymnasts from around the country are competing in Invercargill for this year's National Championships. And 6 Dunedin-based Paralympians are being recognised by the city's civic leaders for their stellar effort competing in Rio. Well, it's time now to find out what's going to be inside the pages of tomorrow's Otago Daily Times, and we're joined by Phil Somerville. Good evening.
Yes, hi. A sample for tomorrow. Port Otago delivering another very large dividend to the Otago Regional Council, so that's good news for us as ratepayers. Port Otago is also involved in wee bit of a stoush, an issue over a peninsula beach and the erosion there, caused supposedly by the wake of ships, and the cost of it seems to be rising, and an issue that has upset people out on the peninsula. Quite a big story about an Australian-raised Southlander who was deported from Australia under those strict requirements, strict legislation. Hasn't taken him a very short time before he's offended seriously again and jailed, and in Dunedin this was. And we've got facts and figures on the numbers deported and the numbers already in jail, and warning that we're in for a rude awakening as Australia dumps its criminals on us.
I bet that'll make interesting reading.
Very interesting reading. And the helicopter flights, rescue helicopter flights, increased by 30%, so we tell you why that appears to be so. And last but not least, the wallaby story that we featured today. There are suggestions and allegations that some of them are being let loose on purpose.
Oh, you can read about that in tomorrow's ODT. Thank you, Phil. Time now for tomorrow's weather.
The South Today weather update proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorns Emu Oil.
And here is today's city view. It's taken over Waterway in Arrowtown. Looks like there's gold in there too, it's glistening in the sunshine. Well, to the situation, the northeast flow remains, although we can expect a very brief change for the better come Friday. We're looking at a bit of cloud for Balclutha, the Catlins, Gore and Lumsden tomorrow, highs of around 14 or 15 degrees. And some cloud about for these towns as well. It's going to be rather warm in Alexandra with 16 degrees, along with Wanaka, and in Te Anau 14. And a mostly cloudy day tomorrow for Oamaru, with nor'easters there 13 degrees, but quite pleasant in Omarama and Twizel, going for 16 degrees each. And Dunedin tonight and tomorrow, often cloudy with extensive low cloud morning and night. A few drizzle patches are possible. Dry afternoon conditions though with light nor'easters. Tonight we're dropping down to 7 degrees. Tomorrow we're heading for 13. And on Friday, low cloud clearing for a time with long sunny periods, light winds and a high of 17. Looking forward to that. In Invercargill tonight, remaining fine with a low of 5. Tomorrow and Friday, fine with light winds, going for 16 tomorrow and 17 degrees on Friday. And that's all from the team here at the South Today for Wednesday. We'll join you again tomorrow. Good night.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.